Is Jeremy Adams going to be the key to bringing DC back into alignment as something that people actually want to buy and read on a regular basis? First, it was Flash, and I haven't gotten through all of those issues, so I'm not going to harp there, but I did enjoy Green Lantern, and it was interrupted constantly by all these horrible decisions by DC with their little side projects, night terrors, all this stuff. We're post absolute power with this, and now he's kicking off Aquaman #1, and I have to be honest, this is really solid. I am pretty impressed by what I'm seeing here. Great place to jump in on an Aquaman book. You get sort of a nice catch up of Aquaman, a lot of conversation about his powers and different things that are showcased. The narrative is really solid. I enjoyed this book. So no major spoilers here, but he does fight a water kaiju basically off the coast of Florida, and it's done exceedingly well. Some good action. The angles and the directions here are just super good. A lot of fun, beautifully drawn, and I actually love his design. They kind of went with more of that traditional look, but he has great features, great elements. It is super fast and moves really well before things get to like a really big twist, which I'm not going to spoil for you. But I can just say I feel like I'm in the proper type universe and tone for reading something Aquaman. And John Tim's art, I think, is very solid. It's got a lot of interesting details and dynamic elements that give a lot of the action some really a great strong enhancement to Adam's story here. Things move quickly. We do see Mira. We do see some different folks and characters that we know before things take a big turn, and we see a couple members of the Justice League and some elements to kind of fit into this universe. Which again, it works really well. I'm interested to see how Adams will progress through the next few months and how these issues play out because Aquaman is one of those characters that just tends to never last very long. I go back to Jeff Johns, and I remember actually meeting and talking with Jeff Johns at MegaCon right when he was dropping his Aquaman #1, how excited it was to see a solid writer bring Aquaman kind of like elevate him up to at least the playing field with like Flash and Green Lantern and the other characters in the Justice League. And that will elevate everything. It will make Justice League, Superman, and Batman better, especially when they're incorporated all at the same time in the same way, with the art being relatively consistent, the stories and the voice being consistent. So Arthur Curry being Aquaman here, I got to be honest, guys, I'm so surprised. I haven't had this feeling since Dawn of DC, which again only lasted for a couple months because DC can't get out of their own way. So if you don't want a spoiler, I'm going to give you a little warning here, and all I can tell you is I'm in for another issue. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, DC has a track record of just falling off of their own feet, tripping up things, can't get out of their own way, an absolute mess. But before I spoil what happens and why I kind of want more, Jeremy does a great job of action, action, something changed, misdirection, Justice League. I want more. I'm like, yes, sign me up for more. Let's get into that spoilery stuff now. So we're in the battle after the kaiju, and then he has sort of like this connection. He realized something has happened, and look, Atlantis is basically destroyed. Something's going on. There's this glowing orb, and then we cut to the Justice League Watchtower, and he is there looking for Batman and some explanations. I will say them including Firestorm was great. Angles are nice to see everything kind of be a little bit different with the different characters. Black Canary and Steel over in the corner, so I really like that. I like that Zatanna's there, and then basically Wonder Woman and Batman are going to join him on the hunt here to find out what's going on, and they find this like wreath-like thing underwater here. The pearl starts glowing like crazy, and then it kind of just goes woof, shoots out of his hand, and then things go crazy and bonkers. And I will say it's really funny how sort of like foolhardy and careless Arthur is. This is really the heart of Aquaman. Like he's just going to go for it, man. Where's my family? Where's Mira? Where's everybody? And bam, zipped away. And we all know what an Omega symbol looks like and what it means. So yeah, it was good. Sets everything up. And look how great this art is with there's some great details in the background. And I will say this isn't Is it digital? Sure, but look at this. This is crazy beautiful. This is a great art. This is a beautiful book. A lot of stuff going on. Now, the Challengers of the Unknown little sneak preview backstory thing here. I'm all right. It's take it or leave it. I don't think that's a great version of how and some of the issues here is what they're setting up. It doesn't totally rope me in, but I'm not totally opposed to reading it or whatever. But I'm not going to be running out grabbing Challengers of the Unknown #1. But yeah, it's all right. Besides Jeremy Adams, and I know people talk about Mark Waid and World's Finest and what he's doing now with the other book. I'm not reading Mark Waid books. I'm just done with Mark Waid. I'm done with DC letting someone hate all of the industry that doesn't involve what Mark Waid likes. So other than Jeremy Adams, and I go back to like what I liked, I mean Joshua Williamson did some stuff I think is okay, but none of the stuff has any consistency. So other than Green Lantern, I haven't really been reading anything. And I'm not a massive Green Lantern fan. I love that Adams does a great job of getting Green Lantern right for me, which is like Hal Jordan being Green Lantern in our little world. But then he also does good by pleasing the Green Lantern fans who love the cosmic stuff and going out and battling that crazy stuff and the different spectrums and different lanterns and the core and all that. And I enjoy all of that significantly less, but he does pay off for that. He does balance all that really well. So with Aquaman, I'm very interested to see what he's going to bring to the table. And I will say, if you haven't seen it, Jeremy Adams' interview with Mark Miller is fantastic. And you just want to love the guy. You want more of whatever he's selling because you realize what a great story, what a passionate fan, someone that you feel like you share like some kindred spirits with. That's for sure. So anyway, that's my take on it. I know Aquaman #1. Who knew? I'd be reading and praising a DC book, but here I am. Let me tell you what you guys think. Thanks for watching, everybody. I am Pops.